everyone, welcome back to Shelf Centered. This is Bryce. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for liking and subscribing. If this is something you end up enjoying, you never know, it could happen. So we've got 10 science fiction books for 2024. Anticipated reads, potentials, you never know. I didn't add any of these to my TBR, but I'm still very excited for them and very excited for their publishing. So here we go. Let me know if I missed any or what else to include. I can always expand. I'm always happy to. But these are the ones that I saw that kind of stuck out to me that I wanted to include in an anticipated list. We'll jump right into it. So in January, we've got a couple books here. We've got on January 16th, To Challenge Heaven Out of the Dark, book number 3. This is by David Weber and Chris Kennedy. I've always followed Weber. I own a number of books by Weber. I've read a couple. The Honor Harrington, the first one, I didn't absolutely love it, but I didn't hate it either. It was fine. I've really been wanting to try the Safehold series, so that's been on my list for a while, and I own a ton of those books for some reason, but it just seems very epic to me, and I need to try that out. And I was told on my YouTube short, when I included my top 3 science fiction books of all time, someone literally said, well, clearly this guy's never heard of David Weber. And I'm like, of the 3 books that I listed, I then have shown that I've never heard of David Weber. I don't understand, but you know, to each his own. So, but I always have paid attention to Weber regardless. And then on the 23rd, we've got Exordia. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but by Seth Dickinson. That's the author of the fantasy book, The Traitor of Baru Cormorant. All right, then in February, we've got Tomorrow's Children by Daniel Polanski. Ever since I read Lowtown by Daniel Polanski, I've been a fan. Really good book. This is one of those authors that, like Mark Lawrence and some other authors, are like other authors really recognize the talent. And so that always kind of gets me intrigued. Like, what are they seeing that I'm not, as, you know, a dummy that just is like, oh, hey, it's a character story. Hey, we're good. And Tomorrow's Children comes out the 27th. Then in March, we've got Alien Clay on the 28th of March by Adrian Tchaikovsky. And again, Tchaikovsky is he's on my list. I have a number of books by him, but I have not read anything. But this is he's like the Brandon Sanderson of science fiction right now, just pumping out books, because that's not the only one next year. All right, then in April, this is the big one for me because I absolutely love the first book in the series. That's Christopher Rocchio's Disquiet Gods. It's Sun Eater number 6. If you haven't read this series, definitely do yourself a favor. It's got so many great, like Dune, Red Rising, I thought, some other things. It's great. Christopher Rocchio, if you follow his interviews and whatnot in the booktube sphere with Mike's book reviews, he's done a ton of interviews and has his own YouTube channel as well, but just is super well read in science fiction, and I think it shows. On June 4th, we've got Service Model, also by Adrian Tchaikovsky, because he's a writing machine, not unlike Brandon Sanderson. I mean, I think he's trying to keep up with him. Then in July, on July 30th, we've got Saturation Point. Guess who? Adrian Tchaikovsky. I know. Am I wrong about this? It's like 3 books in 1 year. It's crazy. I mean, it's no year of Sanderson, I guess, but I mean, it's still pretty dang good. And then in August, we have a couple. On August 1st, we've got Deep Black by Miles Cameron. And then on the 6th, The Mercy of Gods, The Captives' War #1 by James S.A. Corey, the author duo of The Expanse. So very exciting news if you are an Expanse fan. There's more to come from James S.A. Corey. And as I know, and you may know too, one half of James S.A. Corey is Daniel Abraham. The other half is Ty Frank. Abraham, I've just known to be, is also also publishing his own fantasy books and fantasy series, and has numerous, and is just like a writing machine. So absolutely one of those, very excited for. And then finally, this is a hopefully next year, I think, is what I'm learning here, because what we have is a really bad placeholder date of January 1st, which is why I did not list it first here. But sometime maybe next year, uncertain, is hopefully going to be Red God number 7 in the Red Rising, what is it? In the Red Rising series, we'll just call it. Anyway, by Pierce Brown, very exciting news. Pierce Brown's like a rock star of science fiction. I don't know if you call it that, but I just get like that feel. I loved the original trilogy, but I was kind of waiting to start the follow-up till I had like firm dates. That's all I need is firm dates. I don't necessarily need them all to be published. I don't need them all to be published to buy them. I think that's support your authors that you love always, even if you can't read them. I try to do that where I can, but this is one I kind of wanted just to start it. I got enough on my plate. Want to make sure when I do start it, I stay consistent, don't lose it, don't have to reread, and make it through. That sounds like I would hate it, but I promise you this is the weird way that I function, and that I will best not only enjoy the series, but actually complete it. That's the important part. But I'm very much looking forward to that. So that was 10 science fiction books that I am very much looking forward to, that I can't wait to see how they work out in the booktube community. So anyway, what do you think? What else? What are we missing? Thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for liking and subscribing. If this is something you ended up enjoying, did it happen? I don't know. Thank you so much. We'll catch you later. Bye.